Hey,
There he is.
Hey,
Hey,
actually, I'm going to ask Denise, could you just click on the, it's on the bottom. Cool. Thank you. I have to put the OBS thing in front of the Zoom thing. Otherwise, every time I hit a key, it goes boop. Lori, what's going on?
I'm about to go home. They're going to spring me loose Friday.
Rock and
Yeah.
roll.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
I was being a little bit cryptic on Facebook because I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I was texting back and forth with a colleague and a friend all morning because I told him that I was going to share a rewritten song, a classic that he had done, and then he rewrote it for today, for 2022, and so I was going to share the video. I just let him know, and he said he would like to join us if he's feeling well enough, and he thinks he will.
Musician? No.
You know what happens?
It's
I
Ken.
put things. No, I put things on the. I program these things, and then I lose track of the thing. Anyway, it looks like in a little bit. Hang on a second. Yeah, it looks like in a little bit, Mr. Yarrow is going to join us, which is really kind of cool. I'm not sure if he's going to sing something live or if he just wants to hang out with you guys. And I'm going to share a video that he did. And he just did a song with his daughter for 2022. So anyway, if he shows up, Denise is watching page 1 and page 2. And if he shows up, we'll hang out a little bit with a man who, you know, the thing about Peter is, he means it. He's one of those guys that I talk about, that I sing about in Some of Us Imagine. Some of us meant it and some of us still do. Mary and Sal, could you guys mute your thing?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know what, let's just start with some music and we'll see if Peter shows up. I got some fun stuff for you guys today. It's the end of 2022, and I know that time doesn't exist. It's a space-time continuum, and every moment is the same as another moment, and they're all unique. But I actually do enjoy New Year's and the idea of looking back without staring and looking forward. And I love the concept of starting new, you know? And so I like New Year's. It's, let's do a song here. Start with a James Taylor song, like always. Wake up, Susie, put your shoes on, walk with me into this light. Finally this morning, I'm feeling whole again. It was a hell of a night, just to be with you by my side, just to have you near in my sight, just to walk a while in this light, just to know that life goes on. Wake up, Susie, put your shoes on, walk with me into this light. Another night has gone, life goes on. Another I do love that song. Is Karen here? Do I see? She is. And Willie's here. Let's get right to it. For the last time in 2022. You woke up feeling frightened, senses heightened, overwhelmed, lost and alone, a little overwrought until you finally thought that you'd drop it all and pick up the phone. And I didn't do nothing but really listen to everything you had to say, till I knew that you'd be okay. The next week it was my turn. I was in a slow burn about something or nothing at all. I don't even remember, but I remember I was hurting, so I gave you a call. And you didn't do nothing but really listen to everything I had to say, till you knew that I'd be okay. We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. I think we're all just lucky that it works that way. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Hi, Bob. Okay. And in the back of a taxi, I heard talk radio, one of those shows people call when they want to know what life's about. A big fat mouth was at a mic going on and on about who's out to get you if you don't watch out. It's funny, but the phony probably makes a lot of money to create a little panic every day. But I think we found a better way. We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the cover. I think we're all just lucky that it works that way. Thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Let him have it, Willie. Tell him.
No, I may be crazy. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not crazy.
We take turns being angels for one another, 'cause there's never been a day when we all want to stay under the covers. We're just damn lucky that it works that way. And thank heaven we're not all crazy on the same day. Sing it with me. On the same day. We're not crazy, crazy on the same day. Okay, it's Karen. Here we go.
Da-dum, 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 da-dum.
That is so cool. And right now I'm looking at in my little Brady Bunch thing, which I keep like on a box right in front of me, right underneath the camera. So I'm looking at Maine, North Carolina, Florida, Pennsylvania, the Upper West Side of Manhattan, the Netherlands, Boston. Hey, Art. Let's see. Mimi, where are you these days? You're upstate.
Upstate.
Oh, okay. And I just skipped over something. Hang on a second. Okay, so Mimi's upstate New York. I'm looking at Jock in Scotland, Colorado, Dave on the Upper West Side, who will soon be south. I'm looking at Switzerland, near Boston, Washington Heights, Long Island, another New Yorker, New Jersey, Maine. Hey, Jan. The Netherlands, the Upper East Side. Margaret, where is Margaret? Nope, you don't have to unmute if you don't want. But I can't even see page 2. Judy's back in New York now. You know what? Let me do a song. For anybody that got here late, I just told you, I told the other guys, the other kids here, that that we might have a guest today. I'm really hoping that Peter shows up. It sounded like he really wants to, but he's you know, having a tough time physically right now, but he wants to show up today. And either way, I'm going to share a video of his, maybe a couple of videos that he's just put out this year. One of them with his daughter, Bethany. But we'll see if he shows up, because that'll be fun. Let me do a song. Oh, you know what? Let me show you guys a little clip, because this time of year, sometimes I have to listen to my own stuff. My own writing, to remind myself of things that I feel, things that I know, but I have to constantly remind myself. We were at Merkin Concert Hall just a couple of weeks ago, and we ended the night like we always do, with this song. And around this time of year, after a year like we've just had, what the hell? This is how we ended the concert. But also, there's a card out there for It's Just Us, because then I get to we get to hang out online, and I get to know these people. I become friends with people all across the country. My sister Pat is here, and she's been in there. I got other sisters here. I get Susan. Susan's up there. I can't see. Hi, Susan. I told you I love my family. I love my friends. And anyway, so I'll see a bunch of you online, but let's do this before we get out of here. I know that things are really, really tough. And if you're anything like me, you go through your day, and at least once every single day, you go, really? You're not alone. You're not alone. You know, it gets to the point where I turn on the television, and the good guys are annoying me. So you're not alone, all right? We have each other. Thanks so much for showing up tonight. I've got a friend who's like a brother, a possibility junkie, just like me. You might say we meet one another between what is and what could be. And though our lives are up in the air, still we talk most every day. Another big dream he needs to share, to change this world in some small way. One day, like any other day, I get a message on my telephone. 3 words planted a seed. I can help it along, or I can leave it alone. Picked up my axe, started strumming, kicked around a melody, started humming. I picked up a pen, but the words weren't coming. Weeks went by with nothing to show. I was missing the meaning, miscommunicated messages, philosophy overcomplicated, laughing at the musical mess that I created. Maybe I should let it go. And then a lesson I already learned started rolling around my head. Keep it simple, pass it on, just sing the 3 words the man said. He said, keep hope alive, and sing it loud, sing it. Keep hope alive, 'cause the best is yet to come, my friends. He said, I woke up today, I just had the need to say, keep hope alive. And I've got a friend who's like a brother, a possibility junkie just like me. No need to say another word if a message is that clear. So keep it simple, pass it on. Maybe one more heart will hear it. Keep hope alive, sing it loud. Keep hope alive, 'cause the best is yet to come, my friends. We'll never lose another day, just as long as we can say we'll keep hope alive. Keep it alive. Keep hope alive. Sing it loud. Keep hope alive, 'cause the best is yet to come, my friends. We'll never lose another day, just as long as we can say we keep hope alive. Now I'm talking to my friends, my brothers and sisters, possibility junkies just like me. Guys, thank you so much. Wait. You know what? Let's not do the... I'm a lucky man. I'm a lucky man. You know what? Let me do a song that I only get to do around this time of year. And I used to do at the Merkin concert all the time, but I stopped doing it because there's just not enough time for everything we want to get in. But I always love this story. This brings me back to, it brings me back to Long Island at a particular parking lot. Met my old lover in the grocery store. The snow was falling Christmas Eve. I stole behind her in the frozen foods and I touched her on the sleeve. She didn't recognize the face at first, but then her eyes flew open wide. She tried to hug me and she spilled her purse and we laughed until we cried. Took her groceries to the checkout stand. The food was totaled up and bagged. We stood there lost in our embarrassment as the conversation dragged. We went to have ourselves a drink or two. find an open bar. We bought a 6-pack at the liquor store and we drank it in her car. We drank a toast to innocence. We drank a toast to now. Tried to reach beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. She said she'd married her an architect. He kept her warm and safe and dry. She would have liked to say she loved the man, but she didn't like to lie. I said the years had been a friend to her, and that her eyes were still as blue. But in those eyes I wasn't sure if I saw doubt or gratitude. She said she saw me on the internet and that I must be doing well. I said the audience was heavenly, but the traveling was hell. We drank a toast to innocence. We drank a toast to now. Tried to reach beyond the emptiness, but neither one knew how. We drank a toast to innocence. We drank a toast to time. We're living in our eloquence, another auld lang syne. The beers were empty and our tongues grew tired and running out of things to say. She gave a kiss to me as I got out, and I watched her drive away. Just for a moment I was back at school and felt that old familiar pain. And as I turned to make my way back home, the snow turned into rain. Isn't that pretty? It's Dan Fogelberg's Same Auld Lang Syne. You know, I was in a store not too long ago, and I heard that song playing on the on the sound system, and I didn't like the way he recorded it. I don't know if you remember. How long has it been? Has anybody heard that song recently? Probably not, right? Oh, Eveline has in Switzerland. It's such a sweet story. I'd forgotten that for me, it was overproduced. It was too slick. He had a whole band, and it was just too slick. But I love the story. Anything on page 2? Do we have a guest? No? Same Auld Lang Syne. But this time of year, of course, one of the most seamless, if there's such a thing as a perfect movie, of course there isn't, or a perfect film, of course there isn't, but there are films that are seamless. And every time I hear Auld Lang Syne, or I think of Auld Lang Syne, or I play that song, this pops into my mind.
You, Harry. I really hate you.
What does this song mean? My whole life, I don't know what this song means. I mean, should old acquaintance be forgot? Does that mean that we should forget old acquaintances? It doesn't mean that if we happen to forget them, we should remember them, which is not possible because we already forgot them.
Well, maybe it just means that we should remember that we forgot them or something. Anyway, it's about old friends.
Great scene, great film. My whole life, I don't know what this song means. Oh, you know what? Let me do this song. This has nothing to do with New Year's, and it has nothing to do with looking back or looking forward. But yesterday, right? Yesterday was Valerie's birthday. Yesterday was Valerie's birthday? All right, so you know what? If you guys feel like it, everybody can unmute for a second. Happy birthday to you. Sing it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Valerie. Happy birthday to you. Okay, everybody mute up. Hit the mute button. Valerie brought me a song that she asked if I knew this song or if I liked this song. And I didn't know because I didn't know the title.
That's all right.
But I found out the title and I said, yes, I love that song. This is a song that I started doing because Valerie showed up at It's Just Us. You know what? I'm going to do that song in a little bit, all right? Because I do believe we have a guest. Let me see if I can get him. Okay, if Peter is here, I think, Peter, if you say something, then your little video box will shoot right to the first page. Is that true? I think so. All right, maybe. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Cool?
Cool.
All right, so, there's Peter. Okay, his video isn't on. Okay. All right, so I'll tell you what. Until Peter is ready to hang out with us, let me do that song. Let me do that song for Valerie. Oh, you know what? No, let me do this. I wrote a song about people like Peter and people like Neil Young and Joni Mitchell. Because when this country, started to slip into some kind of insanity a few years back, I was trying to make sense of what was happening. Especially because of social media, I could see how friends of mine not friends of mine, but people that I was a young man with. I was a teenager, and I was in my 20s. And I knew these people, but now because of social media, I can see how they view the world and how they live their lives. And I'd seen that some of them, a number of them, had become Trump supporters, Trump followers, rather. And it hurt, but it baffled me. And so I wrote this song because I was doing a gig that year at Merkin Concert Hall, where a lot of you guys just were a couple of weeks ago. I was doing a show at Merkin, and it happened to fall on the anniversary of that terrible day that John was taken from us. And I didn't want to dwell on it because I didn't want to bring people down, but I knew that I would mention it. I would certainly reference it as the night went on. So instead, I wanted to write a song. And when I wrote the song, suddenly not the reason, yeah, maybe a reason, I don't know. It was a possibility of what happened to those people that I knew when I was young that suddenly grew to be these right-wing people. I can't use a word. Anyway, so what I'll do is, let me start with John Lennon's Imagine, and then I'll go right into the song, because Peter Yarrow is included among the people that I'm singing about. Let's start with a little Imagine, then we'll go right into the song. Wait, hang on one second. Oh, okay. This is from Peter. I just want to let you know that I've joined, but I have to get my guitar and I need a few minutes. Good. All right, so you know what? Let's wait for Peter Yarrow, but in the meantime, let me do this song. I guess he's gonna do a song for us. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. If you know me, you know that's a big one for me. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Lately, when I sing this song with you, I remember so many years ago, in another troubled time, this song was brand new, and we'd hear it playing on the radio. John, of course, was not alone. In the dream he tried to share, those songs kept coming at us like a rolling stone. The spirits seemed to flow from everywhere. Joni, in her big yellow taxi, was asking us again to love the earth. Neil cried with us all in Ohio. Stephen shouted out to us for what it's worth. We'd crank the volume on the sound of revolution, while Cat Stevens gave us a train to ride upon. Another brick in the wall was no solution, and Marvin asked us all to ask what's going on. Some as kids and some of us as teens some young women, and some of us young men. Perhaps a trick of memory, but all my friends, it seemed, were singing songs of peace and love back then. We'd sing a moral tale of one tin soldier. We'd sing how love could always conquer fear. Those songs helped me believe as I got older that the road ahead for all of us was clear. It felt like everyone's heart was in tune, and that Imagine wasn't just another song. It felt like all of my young friends believed it could be true. It breaks my heart to know that I was wrong. It's just a less than happy thought, but then again, could shed some light on what this country's going through. You see, only some of us meant it when we sang those songs back then, but it warms my heart today to see that some of us still do. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday they'll join us, and the world will live as one. Some of us meant it, oh, and some of us still do. All right, and let's see. Okay, very cool. So Peter's going to have a couple of minutes to get his guitar ready. Actually, this is kind of cool. We've got Peter Yarrow waiting to come on and hang out with you guys for a few minutes. We also have Dylan Bernstein. Sid Bernstein's son is in the house. It's kind of a cool way to wrap up the year, right? We were talking, actually, if Dylan, are you, Dylan's here, you said? Oh, cool. So Dylan, if you actually say something, I think your little box will shoot to the front page. Can you say hi? We're all trying to figure Zoom out these days.
No, he's got his sound engaged.
Oh. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, we'll figure that out. In the meantime, I can tell you guys, one of the, I'm going to share with you later. The reason actually, Allie reached out to Dylan to invite him here today was because I can't remember exactly why, because I have the attention span of a flea, but for some reason I was thinking about this pin that I have on my guitar strap, and I've showed it. I think I've showed it to you guys, and I don't know if I told you the story, but John Lennon gave a bunch of these pins to Sid, his friend Sid, and when Sid left us, Dylan, who is a prince, said that his dad would have wanted me to have the one that he wore. And so that's the Imagine Peace button that Sid Bernstein wore on his jacket, his sweater, his shirt, everywhere. And so I was thinking about that, and I posted that on Facebook, and some guy said that there's a special or there's something about the concert at Shea, and was saying that it was called The Top of the Mountain.
A new book,
And,
David. It's
what's
a new
that?
book. It's
It's a new book called The Top
that
of the
I think
Mountain?
is coming. It's gonna, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because that made me think of a conversation I had with Mr. Bernstein, of course, years ago. I can't believe this year is going to mark 10 years since we said goodbye. But anyway, a conversation that I had with him about The Top of the Mountain. And I happened to be at a time when Sid and I wanted to record some of these things, and I did. So I can share it with you in a little bit. It's very cool. It's very cool. Oh, and then when I did that, I said that I was going to share a little something about Sid's conversation about The Top of the Mountain. This guy sent back this photo from Shea Stadium. Now, I remember Sid talking about a blue suit for some reason, very often. But in this picture, that suit is obviously black. But they did 2 concerts at Shea. So I was looking at some old photos. Again, this is just like this week that this all came around. If you look at this photo really closely, in between the guy's legs, Sid's leg and the guy's leg, you can see that they're on the field at Shea. And so I saw this photo, and I was just thinking to myself, there's a kind of a hefty-looking guy in a black suit. I'm wondering if that's Sid. I'm just, for the sake of it, going to say it is. That's all getting to be such a long time ago. But when Sid came out to the hill, he'd hang out and feed the sparrows and just feel the sun on his face, and he used to say all the time, "David, please you don't have to mention that I'm here." And then I would mention that he's here, right? How many people, show of hands, were out there when Sid was out there? Right? Right?
David,
yes.
2 things. It is Sid, and Dylan is trying to figure out Zoom. He's only watching right now, but he has a close-up of that same photo, and he says it is his dad.
Okay, that's cool. All right, good. Thank you, Dylan. Figure it out, man, because we'd love to talk to you. Again, this is kind of cool. We've got Sid's son, Dylan, is here, and Peter Yarrow is here at the same time. Peter, if you can hear me, let me see. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like, Peter, it looks like you sent a text to me thinking it was going to somebody else. I'm getting on David Ippolito's Zoom in a few minutes, and we'll be singing a song. I'll try to send you the link. I'm sure that wasn't for me. So there he is. Okay, that's very cool. So let me see. I can get a... Oh, Peter just disappeared again. But that's cool, because when he comes on, I wanted to share a video. Actually, let me share it now, maybe. That Peter just did. He just rewrote this, and he also did a song with his daughter, Bethany, and I want to share that.
I would love for you to do that now, and Bethany, you'll join me in a little bit.
Okay, then you know what? I'll share that. Thank you, Peter. I'll share the video that he did. He rewrote a very powerful song. Let me share that with you guys.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing, Young girls have picked them, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn?
Where have the guns and rifles gone? Long time passing. Where have the guns and rifles gone? Long time ago. Where have the guns and rifles gone? They've killed our children, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? Why are all our children gone? Long time passing. Why are all our children gone? Long time ago. Why are all our children gone? Politicians, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all the politicians gone? Long time passing. Where have the politicians gone? Long time ago. Where have all the politicians gone? They're still in office, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? And when will all this killing end? Long time passing. When will all this killing end? Long time ago. When will all this killing end? When we don't vote for them again? When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all our children gone? Long time passing. Where have all our children gone? It's powerful stuff, Mr. Yarrow. It's powerful stuff. Yes, you do. Oh, thank you, my brother. I'm here with Bethany, and we're just getting settled because we're going to sing a song for you in a little while. Oh, that's so cool. I don't know if you're able to see me yet, but... Yes. Okay, let me see the view. The way I have this set up is, let me show you. Oh, no, it's okay. I was on the wrong view. Okay, and here's Bethany. And hi, Bethany. There you are. He's saying hi, Bethany. But I can't. If I mute myself when I'm speaking, a little bit in the middle. If I can, then I can talk to you without the cans. Hang on just a second. All right, I'm talking now. Now you. Yeah. No, see, now you have to pull out the microphone because I can't hear
See,
you. Oh, there we
okay.
go. There we go.
Okay, now you'll hear me, and then I'm going to mute while you talk. Well, because then you'll see. Look, are you getting?
I think I hear you. I don't hear you now.
You don't hear me now.
Now I hear you.
Okay, but is it an? Are you hearing an echo?
No, it's perfectly fine.
Oh, all right. Well, we're in good shape. Oh, but she doesn't hear me. Now
I don't hear you. I
Okay,
hear
now
him.
Bethany hears.
Oh. Sorry,
Now,
I'll get it.
Are you
Nice
getting
to see you. Hi.
Are you getting an echo now?
I think only. Yeah, I get a little echo of my speaking.
Okay, so
that's okay.
I don't know how to fix that, but
That's okay.
I'll mute when you're talking. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. But you know what I wanted to do, Peter, too, is I wanted to show. Actually, if you want, were you guys gonna do the video, the song in the video?
No.
Oh, okay. Then why? Let me show the video that you guys did together.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Sure. This is Peter just did this song with Bethany, and it's beautiful. And I really want to talk to you guys about how you did it over the internet, because I have a feeling I've tried to collaborate with other guys, and of course the technology doesn't exist. So I'm thinking that just strumming and letting Bethany just kind of catch up with the line worked so well in this video. All right, let me play it for these beautiful people.
Close, but not exactly. We'll give you the heads up. All right.
Let's watch the video.
So, Joe T., this is a song that is meant to epitomize the way in which we might live the message of your leadership and your loving blessing on us all. It affirms that we are one, and not one in the same group. We are each other. We are inside each other's souls. And it says there is only one river, there's only one sea. All love and all caring belongs to everybody. And that's what the song is saying. Okay, here Bethany and I do it. I traveled the banks of the river of Jordan to find where it flows to the sea.
And I looked in the eyes of the cold and the hungry, and I saw that I was looking at me.
And I wanted to know if life had a purpose and what it all means in the end.
And in the silence I listened to a voice as inside me, and they told me again and again
that there is only one river, only one sea, flowing through you,
flowing through you,
flowing through me,
and flowing through me.
only one people, one and the same,
one and the same.
We are all one spirit, oh, one name, we are the Father, Mother, daughter, and son, from the dawn of creation, we are one, one. Now every blade of grass on the mountain, every drop in the sea,
and every cry of a newborn baby, and every prayer to be free.
And every hope at the end of a rainbow, every song ever sung
Is a part of the family of woman and man, and that means everyone.
We are only one river, only one sea,
one sea,
and it flows through you,
and
it flows through me.
flows through me.
We're only one people,
one
and the same,
one and the same.
oh, one spirit, oh, one name. We are the Father, and the Mother, daughter and son. From the dawn of creation, we are one, we are one, we are one. We are only one river.
We are only one river.
We are only one sea.
One sea.
And it flows through you.
Flows through you.
And it flows through me.
Through me.
We are only one people.
We are only one people.
We are one and the same.
One and the same.
We are all one spirit.
One spirit.
Jyoti, we are all one name.
One name. One name.
We are the Father.
The Father.
And the Mother, daughter, and son.
Mother, daughter, and son.
From the dawn of creation.
Dawn of creation.
You know that we are one. We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
We are one.
Yay.
That was so cool. I was playing along with you guys. Very cool. So how did you pull that off?
Do you want to talk technically? Well, we had to do a little concert collaboration for a festival called 7 Days of Rest. It's actually going to air on January 7th, and this was about kinship. And it's for a very dear friend. I'd asked us to do it, Jyoti. And so we were in two different places, but we wanted to sing together. And my dad said, I have an idea. I know how we can do this. And so we actually sang about 3 songs in this way, kind of back and forth. But you have to come in just at the end of when he's singing, and you can't sing too long.
Right,
and it's a little
right.
weird because you have a lag as well. So it's kind of this family telepathic compensation that happens to make just the last word sit in the right way, and then my dad's strumming in his kind of free flow way.
Okay, David, what we can do now is that you and I and Bethany can do it. We'll do a little blowing in the wind. I'll sing the first line. Bethany, she's here, so she won't have a problem. And you will hear me a little late.
But then we may need the
line,
headphones.
No, I don't think we need the
Okay.
headphones. Yeah, because all right, I might as well wear them.
We'll
Then
try.
when we get to the verse and we're in tempo, then what happens? For instance, if I was saying, and the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. You sing the answer. So I'll do it. Okay. The answer, my friend, and with this blowing, and you come right in as soon as you can, and it would obviate that lag a bit. Let's just try it.
I'll just answer back. Okay.
No, let's, yeah, you answer.
You're going to want the headphones, because otherwise it's going to go into
Okay, let me get the headphones.
He needs the
the cans.
canny wannies.
We're breaking, you know.
We did it. We were so excited. It worked. It worked. It was so funny. It was a magic miracle.
You can't hear.
That's very cool.
Okay, here we go. I'll do the first line, and Bethany do the second. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man?
How many years must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand?
And now, David.
And how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned?
Together now. The answer, my friend, blowing in the wind.
Blowing in the wind.
The answer is
Blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea?
David, how many years can some people exist?
How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free?
And how many times can a man turn his head? Pretend that he just doesn't see. You sing the chorus, David.
The answer, my friends, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Great. And how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? Bethany?
How many years? How many years must one man have before he can hear people cry?
David. How many deaths?
How many deaths will it take till he knows? Oh, that too many people have died.
The answer, my
The
friend,
answer
blowing in the
is
wind.
blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Blowing in the wind.
The answer, my
The
friend,
answer, my friend, the answer is blowing in.
blowing in the wind.
The answer is blowing. Answer is blowing in.
Oh,
Now-
thank you guys.
Now, you people will see this, and they'll say, "How could this be possible?
How could
No,
this
you'll know
possibly
how
happen?
Yeah, we do.
What kind of wizardry? What kind of magic?
Yeah, and it's really it's fudging it. It's,
Of course it is.
it's faking it. If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, you baffle them with bananas.
Right. You haven't been faking it, though, my brother.
Yeah. Well, why don't you play David's song, then we'll talk again. I want Bethany to talk to you about the restorative justice land back project she's got going up here where we are. I'm where she was when she made that first video, we're in the Schoharie Valley, and it's extraordinarily exciting, and other people who are on watching. We've looked at you all, and we've recorded your faces, and we know where you live, and it's going to be problems from now on between. We're going to be calling on your presence. Okay, so do you want to play the David Broses?
I'll tell you what. If you can mute me now, so that
I will. Yes.
I don't get the echo. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh wait, no, I'm still hearing it. Oh, it's gone. I wrote a song that is actually perfect for you and Bethany, and for everybody in this Zoom. What I did with actually guys that some of the people that you've worked with and you know, like George Wurzbach and Dave Buskin, and I would do something and then we would record it live together. This is a song that I wrote because it occurred to me that not everybody certainly in this country has caught up yet with what's important. But the people that are in my life, I'm so lucky. My immediate family, all of my friends, besides the fact that I love them, I like them. We all view the world the same way. I know that's not true for a lot of people, but everyone in my family, I could start a sentence and they'd finish it. We all care about the same things. And so I wrote this song, and I get to sing it very often. On this, George Wurzbach is playing the piano. A fella named Chris Tedesco is playing the violin. And we did it over the internet. And I just mean every word of it for you and Bethany and everybody that's in this hang right now. It's magic. And it's true. I've met people everywhere, some from here and some from there. By now I bet it's more than quite a few. Nearly every woman and every man I've met just does the best they can to understand the things we all go through. But there are those who just don't care, who try to grab more than their share of everything, and they're all out there too. So I don't take for granted I'm a man who gets to spend his time with people in this world like you. I know you get it. So often it can seem today, so many feel like it's okay to celebrate the darkness in our hearts. And then they wonder why we see such hatred and disharmony. To me, that's just exactly where it starts. And for others, fear can hide the way, sadly unaware that they allow it to dictate the things they do. But I've no reason to despair, as long as I still know that there are people in this world like you. And then this is George Wurzbach. And Chris Tedesco. I guess things are just the way they are. In many ways we've come so far, and still I'm sure we've all got more to do. But I can open up my heart and say I'm grateful every single day for people in this world like you, Peter, like you, Bethany. Sweet people in this world, like all you guys. Like you. It's nice to write a song like that and really mean it, you know?
David, that is so unbelievably now exactly what we need. I'm sitting here with Bethany, and just, I have the feeling that we can make these bubbles that can support us and our guardrails from our just feeling, well, we've lost our senses here because everything's gone crazy. Because if we're with people who understand us, they can have different points of view, but that's good. I mean, the diversity is great, but not if it's coming from a hating, alienation point of view. It's the bad stuff in us that is being awakened, and we must do what we can. Now, I just saw on the chat that there was somebody on the train. It's a great story here. I was on a train coming back from Boston, and the great snowstorm of 1995 hit, and the train stopped, and we had cell phones, but they were huge things, and they were it was getting cold, and I had my guitar. And I said to myself, sort of, I guess this is what I always say, what would Pete do? So I took my guitar and I went into the club car, and we had to sing along. There were some gifted singers there. By the time we reached New York, now here is the interesting thing. When we got to New York, I mean, we all just, you know, we turned the sow's ear into a silk purse. But I got off the train, and the snow was piled on top of the cars, almost as high as the car itself. And I had no way to get home. And all of a sudden, I saw a microphone thrust in my face. Hey, I know who you are. You're Peter Yarrow. How was it on the train? I said, I'll make a deal with you. If you can give me a lift home, I'll talk to you as long as you want. So I told a bit about it. Now, that piece was broadcast locally, and then it went national. And then I got a call from Amtrak, and they said, what we want to do is have that, we know who those passengers are. We want to go back from New York through Philadelphia and it'll be a fundraiser and an attention getter for Amtrak, because that was the time at which there were certain people who remained not mentioned, who were trying to defund Amtrak because it was the people's train. Anyhow.
You can name them, it doesn't matter.
And I've got, I made a video of it that was about 45 minutes long, but it's a piece of history of what you're doing right here. We're not on a train, but we are in a time where we need help. And the best help comes from
you know what it's like. It's you know, I get to show up for these people, but they have no idea what they're giving me in return. It's and that's the way it works.
It is the way it works, and you know, you sing very close to where I live too, because I live not far from Sheep's Meadow.
Right.
So, and I've seen you for many years. You used to be younger. I didn't, but I would like.
You know, Peter, when I first started out there, I would say, in fact, on my very first album, they left a little bit of an interview in the booth, and I think I said something like, "It's wonderful. I've made some great memories." I mean, this was when I was out there for 4 years, but I was 35 years old when I started. I'm 66 now. I've been out there 32 years, but I said at that time, and it's something I hope I do until I'm a very old man. I didn't mean it.
but here I am, so it's okay.
You're not. Listen, you are a youngster. I,
That's
my
right.
darling
Okay.
friend, am an octogenarian +4, so you've got a long way to go.
You're still rocking.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of us who sing this music, I mean, why stop? You know, if I had been an insurance agent all these years and somebody said, well, you better quit. Yeah, but if I do, I want to fulfill my life's goal and joy, and I want to be a folk singer.
Right.
If I'm already a folk singer, why would I quit?
People ask me sometimes, they're like, you know, would you ever retire or slow down? I'm like, to do what? Write songs? What I do.
Right. Anyhow, I want you to hear a little bit from Bethany about what's going on
absolutely.
here, because the people who are there, and then we'll hear David, then we'll, do another one. I love your songs. That's a great song.
Thanks, man.
Well, hello to everyone, and hello to you. It's so nice to be here with you. Thank you. My dad just pulled me in here at the last minute and said, I want you to come and sing with me and talk and say what's going on. So I'll, this time of, family and gratitude, I guess. I'm here in the Schoharie Valley, and the Schoharie Valley is famous in the folk community because it's where Sunny Oaks lives. But it's also Mohawk territory. This is kind of the southeastern tip of Mohawk territory. And for the past 7 years, I've been working with Mohawk leaders from Akwesasne. We came together to stop a pipeline and we'd stopped it, this huge frack gas pipeline, together with other grassroots groups. And it was a huge win. I mean, for us, it was, for the area, for the United States, it was the first.
Good for you guys.
It was amazing. It was the first pipeline, interstate pipeline that was stopped by a state agency that had already been approved by the FERC. So it was a massive win, and a lot of grassroots groups worked a long time on that, on the heels of the fracking ban, to start to stop the infrastructure. But what happened was, this is the ancestral homeland of the Mohawk, or they're called the Ganyankahaga, or the people of the Flint. There are communities further now up north, but the leaders we were working with, or continue to work with, were from a place called Akwesasne, which is right on the border of Montreal, Quebec, Ontario, and New York State. It's right in that border area. And it's also the largest PCB dump in America. So there's a lot of Alcoa, General Motors, and Ford, General Electric and Ford, we're dumping PCBs into the river and really poison this community. So it's a toxic Superfund site, and there are high rates of cancer and children getting cancer and rare diseases. And it's kind of like, the trail of tears that never ends. And
Right.
so there's a work of environmental justice, of just moral justice, of continuing to poison the First Nations of this land. And also there's a lens now and an understanding of reparations, of what we can do in this generation to start to heal, and to heal the wounds of not just the past, but current wounds and trauma. What's our part in healing? My brother says that we're the generation here to heal. So on the heels of this pipeline win, it wasn't just to protect the valley for the current residents, the white farmers who live here, but what can we do to open the door of a return of the Ganyankahaga, the Mohawk, back to their ancestral homelands from these poisoned lands in Akwesasne that they now call home. And so for 7 years, we worked building community relationships, and we just, and then 2 years ago, we started building a longhouse, led by this leader, Akwesasne leader, as a kind of an initial point of return, planting this temple of the sky back here in the valley. And then we just closed on a 60-acre berry farm that different people, it's a community-supported land reparations. And so we put down a deposit and we raised money from funders, from GoFundMe. We did a Waterfall Unity concert.
If you could put a link in the chat room here, that'd be cool.
Sure. Here, let's see. www.waterfallunityalliance.org. Wait, I have to send it to everyone. Send chat to. It's everyone. So that's what we're doing here, and at this time of healing, and they just had their first major day of ceremony up in Akwesasne. So this prayer in this new time to really do what the words of your song and your music and what you live, which is finding this path of healing and of coming together. And when we go back to the original wounds of this land, and we can say, I'm sorry, and say, what can we do to make this right? And really work together to form a new vision. And in Central Park, here on Zoom, in this Zoom pond, and up here too in the Schoharie Valley, which is known as the eastern door of Turtle Island. And the Mohawks are the keepers of that door. So here in the east, we're planting this prayer of healing.
I want to add just one thing.
Sure.
Anybody who's listening to this, you say, Peter, I mean, how do you feel about this creature to your left? This is amazing, you know, because with Peter, Paul, and Mary and all the advocacies we've done, this is the next step. It's because she's obviously a singer, but to take it so that we literally don't just create the spirit that energizes people, which is very important, and certainly civil rights, anti-war, women's movement, etc. But here, I've got a secret. It is said by some that one of the reasons we are having so difficult a time in this country is this being the eastern gate of the spiritual flux that could bring us the kinds of joy and happiness that they are unable, those spirits are unable to come through without the indigenous people being repatriated here, without their living here. And if we can show that kind of humanity to them, okay, it's a little woo-woo, but I want to tell you, I love it.
I'm open to it.
Absolutely.
There are more things in this world that I know, but I don't understand. And I don't need to understand anymore.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is that you're all welcome to come, and in the summer and the spring, we'll be building the Longhouse. There's someone called the Peacemaker. I don't know if you know any of the story of the Peacemaker, of the Haudenosaunee Peacemaker. And so anyway, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, which is the original confederacy of in the so-called area state of New York, follows something called the Great Path of Peace. They have the oldest living democracy on Earth at this point, and our own Constitution and some of the structure of our government was based on some of the structure of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. And Ben Franklin, they say that he would go to the Longhouse during the day, and he would study what they were doing, and it would mesh with Enlightenment thinking and, you know, all the different European influences. And they took out two things, important things, major things, which were the rights of women and the rights of nature, in the foundation of our, you know, the wisdom of our founding fathers, who treated women as property, enslaved people, and only treated nature as a commodity to be bought and sold. There wasn't a real understanding. So to kind of
looking at all of this.
Yeah, it's very relevant to where we are on this planet at this time. The rape of the earth, the rape of women, the rise of women's power, the rebalancing of the energies, and not repatriation, it's rematriation.
Rematriation.
And
I like that.
And they are a matrilineal society, and the suffragette movement learned so much from the Haudenosaunee women, because it was the first time they had seen women who were able to make decisions, they were completely equal to the men. It's just they had a different role. And so there were clan mothers, and they were really the ones who set the agenda. They were the one who chose the leaders and the so-called chiefs. So the power of these women, these Haudenosaunee women, was what inspired the early suffragettes to stand up for their rights.
Let me interject something.
Yeah.
There was a time, David, in which people trusted each other, a rare commodity these days, so that a statement like the one that Bethany made, note how important this moment is. She is saying to all of you on this Zoom, because the presumption is secure. You are friends. As you said in your song, come up with us. Now, where is that kind of trust manifested? Well, it's rare indeed, but it's right here, David, and you've provided this vehicle. So there is going to be a celebration appears from time to time. I've sung my first song after COVID, singing in public, was up here for a gathering to raise funds for the purchase of this berry field. It's 60 acres. Anyhow, this is to say we are here doing this now. This is a blow for peace.
Right, and the practical end. That's the thing. It's wonderful to sing a song about it. It's wonderful to raise awareness, but
the practicality of it, the work, that's important. Showing up is everything. We'll talk more about this. Absolutely. I'm gonna look at all of this. Bethany? Do you have a song? Have you written? Do you write?
Well,
you want to do that?
No, there's one that I'd like to do that I don't write so much anymore. I really have dedicated myself to folkloric music, and spiritual folkloric music, a lot of it. And I've been translating a whole song cycle from Brazil, the orixás, which are the Afro-Brazilian nature deities, which are kind of part of my own devotion. So I sing a lot to the forest, and I translate, as I experience him, the voices
can we hear some of that?
Of the ancestors. I can sing you some of that. I would like to sing you a song that Teresa Bearfox wrote. She's part of the Akwesasne Women Singers, and she's Ganyankahaga. She's Mohawk, and it's a song for the water. So I'll sing it. Some of it's in Mohawk, and then I translate it into English. And I live at a place called the Waterfall House. So behind me is a 150-foot waterfall. And so a lot of this work has been done listening, we say, standing behind the prayer for the water. That's how we stop the pipeline, standing behind the prayer for the water and the water quality certificate. And we are all made of water. So we make these prayers to the water because Miniwichoni, water is life. Standing Rock taught us, and standing together has taught us how to protect what we love and protect what is sacred. So
we'll do this song.
So I'll do this song. So it says, Yongana lunkwa ohnega, Yongana lunkwa ohnega, Gahnega lunyo, Gahnega nolo, Gaina weya heya. Yongana lunkwa ohnega, Yongana lunkwa ohnega, Gahnega lunyo, Gahnega nolo, Gaina weya heya. Yo ayo weya he, yo ayo weya he, Gahnega lunyo, Gahnega nolo, Gaina weya heya. I love you, water, I love you. I love you, water, I love you. I love you, water. Water is precious. I love you, water. Water is precious. I love you, water, I love you. I love you, water, I love you. I love you, water. Water is precious. I love you, water. Water is precious. Yo, ayo, way, hey, yo, ayo, way, hey. I love you, water. Water is precious. I love you, water.
I love you, water.
Water is precious. I love you, water.
I love you, water.
Water is precious. I love you, water. Water is precious.
Thanks for sharing that. Very cool. You know what? Maybe let me think. You know, I did a maybe I'll share this with you guys. I did a song. Oh, geez. Called "Where's the Voice." I wrote it years ago, but I brought it back when after a school shooting, when those kids in Parkland finally stepped up to the microphone and they started getting involved politically, and they started to speak out with a national voice, and the song was originally written after about 2 years or 3 years after September 11th, when I thought at the time, I went, okay, Britney Spears has had her day. Now, because of something this catastrophic, here comes the next Neil Young. Here comes the next Joni Mitchell. Here comes the next young John Lennon. And it didn't happen for a lot of reasons, but it didn't happen. And so I wrote this song, but I brought it back and made a video when those kids, those young people started to speak out. And I realized this afternoon, when you and I were texting, Peter, that you're actually, a photo of you is actually in the video, you and your friends, Noel and Mary. And I'm just going to share this with you guys. It's not live, it's a video, but I think you'll appreciate the message. Hang on.
There was a time not long ago, as the tide would ebb and flow, and wind would change direction every day. A voice would swell up from the ground, a hopeful or an angry sound, but you damn well knew it had something to say. Young men, long hair and shabby clothes, young women with poetry and prose were not afraid to sing what they would see and shout about outrageous wrong, or paint peaceful visions in a song, or sing about how good the world could be. But tell me, where is the voice of youth? The one that used to seek the truth, the one that we would hang our dreams upon, the one that saw right through a lie. It couldn't change the world, but had to try. I wonder if it's really gone. I guess I always thought that when ill wind would start to blow again, I'd hear that tiny voice I'd heard before, first rising in a simple song, and then slowly growing loud and strong, until it grew into a roar. Oh, but where's the voice of future dreams that pushed our conscience
David, that's fantastic. This is
It was,
but I'm telling you, David, that is brilliant, and it's so apropos, because what I did, I was asked by my friend David Sable. He said, you know, they need a song, these Parkland students, same impulse as you had. I said, he said, can you write it with David Broza, who you're going to hear in a second? And I said, listen, I shouldn't be writing it, neither should David. They should. And we went down to Parkland. There were 12 of us, Bethany, David Broza. We had, from, what's his Native American from?
Keith Sokola.
Keith Sokola, who wrote My Indian Car.
Indian Car.
Indian Car. We had
David Broza.
Yeah, then we had two of the peace poets who I met in New York, in Harlem at a Black Lives Matter event, and we had Black Lives Matter organizer from St. Louis, whose uncle or grandfather.
Sankofa Soleil. Britt Sankofa Soleil.
Yeah, and we all went, 12 of us, with Steve Seskin, who wrote Don't Laugh at Me. We went down there. I went first to make a preparatory, and I talked to the kids about how music had really affected everybody and helped in the movements, the civil rights, and I said at the end of the time, and I kind of brought them back to those moments when Peter Paul and Mary was singing in the National Mall. I said, would you like us to come down? Well, there'll be 12 songwriters, and you will write the songs. We'll help you with the music, because we know that these were not trained musicians, but every word, with very few exceptions, and every idea came from them. And and then we not only made 10 songs in an album, but we made some incredible videos. And this video that we're going to show you uses some of the same footage that you did. If we can share the screen, I'll show it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, now we have to go to.
Cue it up.
Well, I can do that by. Hang on. Can you go to? Because it's better for me to Google.
I'm just
going to ask everybody that in the Zoom thing though. Can you just give me a big thumbs up if you're having a good time? If you're enjoying this. There we go. Okay.
It's just too much for me.
You know what, guys? Do you want to send the video to me, and
I'll share it on the next one?
No, let's do it now.
We're going to do it now. We were just muted. What's can we share the screen?
Yeah, I think so.
It says host disabled participant screen share.
1 second.
Sorry, everybody.
Oh my God. David, this is the best.
I think you should be able to now.
Okay.
Let's see if it says.
Right.
Okay, and here we are, and we'll share it, and we'll bring up the music, and we'll mute ourselves.
I live in Parkland, Florida, where the mass shooting occurred at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Just like every kid in this country, I go to school and I don't know what's going to happen.
Gun violence struck my town of Parkland on February 14th, 2 years ago. 17 innocent students and teachers were murdered.
I was 16 and a sophomore at the time of the shooting. To say that it shattered my life is probably the best way to put it. I was
No sound. Nope, there's no sound.
The children will lead the way. The children will lead the way.
Today. Beginning, right? Beginning.
And to finally...
I live in Parkland, Florida, where the mass shooting occurred at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Just like every kid in this country, I go to school and I don't know what's going to happen.
Gun violence struck my town of Parkland on February 14th, 2 years ago. 17 innocent students and teachers.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think you guys, you can't mute yourselves. Just
sadness and
even
isolation.
unmuted, then you have
My
to be
friends and
quiet
I
during the
wrote
meeting.
this
That'll
song to
work.
honor the lives lost in Parkland and to finally stop mass shootings from happening. It could be your school next. Oh, they took my home away. Why do I feel unsafe? Please tell me when I'm able to come out. You told me it's not the end. I feel like it's pretend. How am I supposed to live like this now? I won't give up today. Too many words to say. Take my hand, we'll be okay. The children will lead the way. The children will lead the way.
Today and every day, we will continue to fight for those things that are right. We will continue to fight for our lives. We will continue to fight for our dead friends.
Open the door that leads to hope. The whole world needs to know that these lives won't be lost in vain. Oh, our voices will be heard. Our songs will spread the word. Our truth will be the seed that grows the change.
Well, I say one life is worth more than all the guns in America.
I won't give up today.
There's no better time than now to talk about gun control.
My generation, having spent our entire lives seeing mass shooting after mass shooting, has learned that our voices are powerful and our votes matter. We hereby promise to fix the broken system we've been forced into and create a better world for the generations to come.
Fight for your lives before it's someone else's job.
Nice work, guys.
Yeah,
Nice work.
Thank you. The film was made by Beth and George Gage, who are dear friends of ours, and the music that was written by the kids wrote that song themselves, and Parkland, with the 12 of us there. They wrote, well, it was more than 10 songs, and then Kevin Salem, who's up in Woodstock, took charge of, and he produced this brilliantly, and then we made some videos too. And then the interesting thing is, and we'll do this as another program, there was another group of kids thereafter from Pittsburgh during COVID that got together on Zoom and then wrote a song because they were inspired by this. And I'll share all that with you at another time.
We'll definitely do this again.
I mean, when you're talking about being in the same room, in the same heart space, I mean, what you've done and what this is we're there, my brother. We are there.
These people right now, I'm looking at a screen and
I'm looking at Maine, Boston, the Netherlands, Chicago, Jersey, Switzerland, Long Island, and that's just on this page. New Jersey. It's remarkable that we can come together. You know what I'd like to do? Let me do a song. I saw somebody asked in the chat room earlier at the beginning, a song that I had written, and it's kind of like a little bit of what Bethany was talking about, or you were actually talking about. I don't understand spirit. I don't think human beings have evolved to a place where we can understand it. But my whole life is evidence of imagination becoming physical, and so I wrote a song about that. Let me just do it for you guys, and then if I can, I'll show some of the newcomers what is possible on Zoom when all of you guys participate. Let me do this song. It's called Made in My Dreams, and it's not new agey hoo-ha nonsense. This is actually the way I live. Some people say the way I live is backwards. They don't know how a full-grown man can live this way. But if people say the way I live is backwards, then I'm aware that I don't care what people say. Some scratch their heads at my imagination to live each day the way I truly feel, paying close attention to my own imagination, while imagining the best becoming real. Well, here I am. This is me, trying to live without regret, so you can bet that what you get is what you see. 'Cause what we hold as true isn't always what it seems. I hope you love your life. Mine gets made in my dreams. This is for you. Some people say I live my life like some damn hippie, and that
day and age is gone and out of sight. But if a world of peace and love is what those kids were dreaming of, in many ways, those damn hippies had it right. It's not up to me to say that there's a right or wrong way. We're all free to live whatever life we choose. But you'd be mistaken to believe that I am weak or I'm naive. Life is too damn short and there's no time to lose. So here I am, just standing in the light. Einstein said imagination is the strongest thing on earth. And he was right. 'Cause what we hold as true is almost never what it seems. I hope you love your life. Mine gets made in my dreams. I truly hope you love your life. Mine was made in my dreams. I hope you love your life. Mine was made in my dreams.
Thank you. It was beautiful. Beautiful, David. How do you do the harmony with yourself?
I gotta explain it to you one of these days. My friend Roger Bartlett was Jimmy Buffett's original guitar player, and he is an amazing guitar player, not much of a singer, so he didn't play out a lot. And he bought this thing. I can't show you because it's all hooked up, but it's a little box called a Telecon harmonizer, and I call it Garfunkel. But you can do all kinds of things. You can set it so that it tracks the guitar going in, it tracks the root note, and then you sing into it, and it can create either a third above or a third below. It can do like Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It can create like 5 different parts. It's amazing, but and the phrasing is perfect because it's me. It's very cool. Here, I'll show you an example. Like I'm playing an E chord, right? So if I sing D D D D D D D D D D D D, and then I hit this thing. D D D D D D D D D D D, right? That's the third above. Or I can make it a third below or an octave. It's cool. Again, I don't understand this electronic shit, but I just call it Garfunkel. I'll send you an email. I'll show you what it is. It's very cool.
It's very cool.
Oh, let me show you something else. That's really cool. See all these people in these boxes here? When COVID first hit and we didn't have any place to go, we were all trying to. There was a guy named Don White. Do you know Don White? He's a friend of Christine Lavin, and a performer, a folk singer. He was having this little Zoom gathering for a bunch of, real folk musicians, not like me, but these guys that really do it. And so we were all talking about how to include people because everybody was shut down. And I figured out, I think it's kind of brilliant, I figured out this way to do a live video and then have everybody in the Zoom send me their either singing or dancing along with it, and then I would create a recorded live video. So let me show you what these people did. This is hysterical. A lot of you that are in it, like let's see, I think Judy and Willie is in it. Everybody, a bunch of you guys are in it. Check this out. Good. All right, listen. So, guys, the song kind of moves like this.
just get that thing going. In your chair, standing up, moving around your apartment, moving around your house. Just fun. It's just us. It's just us. Well, my friends, the time has come to raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. All night long. All night long. All night long. All night long. Yeah! People dancing all in the street. Feel the rhythm all in their feet. Life is good, wild and sweet. Let the music play on. Feel it in your heart and feel it in your soul. Let the music take control. We're going to party, liming, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and chat this song all night long. All night long. All night long. All night long. Once you get started, you can't sit down. Come join the fun, it's a merry-go-round. Everyone's dancing their troubles away. Come join the party, see how we play. Tambolita say to Moya, yeah, jumbo jumbo, we can party or we're going. Yeah, jambalaya, jambalita say to Moya, yeah, jumbo jumbo. Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a party all night long. Dance all night long and sing the background all night long. All night long. I said, everyone you meet, we're jamming in the street all night long. Everyone you meet, we're jamming in the street all night long. Feel good.
Yay, David, that's so
So maybe
wonderful.
we'll take another.
Is the sound off? There's no sound.
Yeah, I'm not getting any either.
I can hear you, but I can't hear David.
David seems to be down.
Exactly.
Good. Are you guys there? Hang on. All right, listen. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Somehow OBS, the program got turned off. All right, we're good. So listen, when these things are, after we wrap these things, usually somebody, either Karen in Washington Heights, or Eveline in Switzerland, or Neil up near Boston, usually hosts like a little gathering where people can just talk. I put the guitar down and I shut up, and then I'll show up. Is anybody going to do one tonight? Just a little after hang?
David, I have to apologize because Bethany had to go and I have to go because dinner is ready downstairs.
Oh,
But
no,
I
that's
love
great.
being with you.
Peter,
thank you so much for showing up.
And I'll let you know if we're going to do this again, because I'd love to hear the rest of that story, and that other thing that you did in Parkland. But guys, you can give it up for Peter and Bethany for showing up. It was great. Peter, thank you so much, and I'll see you again next time.
Thank you
Rock
so
and roll.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, Peter.
I will.
And David, I can try to do the after party. Don't know how it's going to work on this thing, but I can certainly try it. I have to feed
Well, let me see. Is Eveline even still here? Oh, okay. All right. If nobody else is going to do it, then we'll hang with Neil.
Okay, and I'll do my best to. I'll email you the printout that I have.
Okay, very cool. And stick it in the chat room, would you?
I'll try. I don't know how to do it on this, but I'll try.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, just email the link, I guess. Believe me, guys, I had a whole different hang planned. We were gonna do a video. I was gonna share with you a video that I made with Sid Bernstein. And that's why Dylan showed up tonight, but we didn't get to it. But that was wonderful. I think hanging out with Peter. So we'll do it on the next hang. I'll tell you guys about it when we hang with Neil. All right. So yes. And if anybody, let me see. So what is the problem, Neil? You can't get the link in the chat room? Oh, you got it. Okay. All right. So anybody that wants to hang out after this thing, that's the link in the chat room. All right. And we'll just talk about what we just shared, hanging out with Peter of Peter, Paul, and Mary. Just not too shabby, right? Not a bad way to spend a Wednesday. So we'll be hanging with Neil after this is over.
I just emailed you and Denise.
Great, Neil. Thanks so much, man.
You bet.
And so then the next, I'm looking at the set list I had, and there's a lot of really fun stuff on there, but we'll get to it next time. All right, and I'll share the video of Sid talking about sitting with John Lennon in a theater, sitting just next to John, and John telling Sid about the top of the mountain, and that's how that's where they got the title of the book, and whatever else they're doing with it. But Sid told me that story. There was a time when I was hanging out with Sid, and I said, "You know what, man? You tell me these great stories, would you like other people to hear them? And he said, absolutely. Because Allie knows, right? Allie, Sid loved to talk. And tell
Almost
stories.
as
Oh,
much
wait a
as
minute.
me.
Hold it a second, though. Before we get out of here, I showed you guys this.
And I hate you, Harry. I really hate you.
Allie, would you tell these guys about Billy Crystal showing up at Katz's?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, tell them the story.
It was probably more than 20 years ago because Ted was with us. Anyway, my daughter and my 2 grandchildren had come for a weekend, and somehow we made our way to Katz's Delicatessen, and Ted was telling Nancy, our daughter, the story of, the line in When Harry Meets Sally, I'll have what she has. And Nancy had never seen the movie. So it was in the days where you could rent the movie, and we did that. And she watched the movie and loved it, as most of us do and did. And that evening we went out for dinner with the children and the 3 of us. And who walks into the restaurant during the time that we were there, but Billy Crystal and Robin Williams. And Ted, not being shy, not like I am, Ted, Denise is laughing. Ted went over to him and shared the story with him that this was such a spectacular afternoon because we had the wonderful food at Katz's. She heard the story, we saw the movie, and here he was. And as David said today, that can only happen in New York City. So that's my Billy Crystal story. And somewhere there were pictures of this because Billy immediately said, oh, bring Nancy over and she can take a picture with us. And unfortunately, there was a flood in our basement and the pictures that were in this trunk were all washed away. So, but it just brings back such wonderful memory, a really wonderful memory.
It just is. It's like you live in New York City, and that's the kind of thing that can happen. You go see, you bring your daughter to see When Harry Met Sally for the first time. Go to Katz's, and in walks Billy Crystal. I mean, that's just.
He didn't walk in at Katz. He didn't walk in at Katz.
Oh, he walks into the restaurant, Campanola's. That's right.
Campanola's, right.
But that's just amazing.
Wait, David, one more thing. For
go ahead.
New York, for people who live in New York, there's a wonderful exhibit at the New York Historical Society, and it's called I'll Have What She Has, and it's all about the restaurants in the Jewish restaurants in New York, and it's done brilliantly. And everybody that goes at the time, and they show the video of what David showed you. No, not that David, the other one. And everybody says the line simultaneously, and everybody looks at each other and just smiles. I mean, it was such a wonderful. So if you're in New York, try to get there.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys, listen. So the next hang, we'll do the Sid Bernstein. I'll show you the Sid Bernstein conversation, and what else did I have? Oh, I have. I didn't see Lucy and Al from West Virginia in the hang today, which is just as well, because they're the ones who used to always request Moon River. And I was in the subway, Denise and I were in the subway just about a week ago, and a man was playing Moon River on a horn while the subways are flying by. And it was just beautiful. I mean, just heart-stoppingly beautiful. So I whipped out my phone and I caught some of it. I want to share that with you guys. We'll share the... I wanted to do a whole bunch of year-end songs like The Ache of Being Alive, but I think singing along with Peter Yarrow kind of makes up for it. Oh, and next time I see you guys, I'll share a video of the time I actually got to sing with Peter and Paul at the same time at a house concert. But it was great. It's great that I can, call Peter and he just calls back and we talk. I don't bother him that much because he's a busy man and he's not a kid anymore, but he's still out there and he's still doing it. He's still doing it. Oh, and if anybody enjoys this, these hangs, and you want to help support it, to help keep the lights on and pay for the high-speed internet and yak. If you want to throw a few dollars at this hang, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can go to thatguitarman.com, and there's a banner that says, help support It's Just Us, and that goes to PayPal. And next hang, I'll tell you a little story about PayPal that happened today, but it's okay, it's all cool. But you can go to PayPal, or if you use Venmo, that's my Venmo handle down there, at That Guitar Man, okay?
And David, are you gonna do Saturday or Sunday? Sunday?
Sunday, I think, because Saturday
Saturday's New Year's Eve, right?
New Year's Eve. And and Denise and I are going to a party that I will definitely show you guys video of. Okay? So the next hang, you'll see video of, we'll do Sid Bernstein, we'll do the New Year's Eve party, we'll do Moon River. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So I'll see some of you guys at Just Hanging with Neil in about 20 minutes. You guys can head over there right away. Willie usually goes right over. Zoe shows up, and we'll talk about Peter Yarrow. We'll talk about what happened tonight, and all the things that he spoke of. Anyway, and then maybe next on Sunday, starting next year, we'll get a song from Karen. We'll get a song from Artie. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to play one song that I had planned just because it's an up song. And some of that got a little bit heavy there for a bit. And then I'll see you at Just Hanging with Neil. There's a house on a hill by a worn down weathered old mill in the valley below where the river winds. There's no such thing as bad times and a soft southern flame. Oh, Cotton Jenny's her name, and she picks me up when the sun goes down and the wheels of love go round. Love goes round. Love goes round. Love goes round. It's a joyful sound. I ain't got a penny on Cotton Jenny to spend, but then the wheels go round. When the new day begins, I go down to the Cotton Gin and I make my time worthwhile for them. Then I climb back up again and she waits by the door. Oh, Cotton Jenny, I'm sore, and she rubs my feet till the sun goes down and the wheels of love go round. Love goes round. Love goes round. Love goes round. It's a joyful sound. I ain't got a penny on Cotton Jenny to spend, but then the wheels go round. Hot, sickly South, when they say, well, shut my mouth, I will never be free from the cotton grind. But I know I got what's mine in a soft southern flame. Oh, Cotton Jenny's her name, and she picks me up when the sun goes down and the wheels of love go round. Love goes round. Love goes round. Love goes round. Oh, man. I've got the weirdest life. But it's wonderful. Yeah, maybe we'll get a song from Art. This guy's out there, you know, like, I don't know. Oh, I meant to sing another song for Allie, but we got a little bit off track today, so, but worth it. You know what's kind of weird? Did anybody find it odd that Peter Yarrow had never seen a Telecon harmonizer? Right? You would have think somebody in his would have. Anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out. And thanks so much for every time you showed up all year, because you guys helped me through the year. You really helped me through the year. It takes a life to realize what life is all about. And life is all about this moment. I'm here with you, now that we're through. What secrets did I tell? Did you get to know me well in this moment? How fast these gigs fly. Song after song goes rushing by. I won't pretend that time has been my friend. I bring my songs to sing my songs for you until the end. And as I live these days, I'm grateful for all the ways that brought me here to praise this moment. This moment. How soon, too soon, the seasons fly. No shit. I see my life go rushing by. I only hope that time will be your friend. We live a life to live a life of love. I know you see. Pretty sure you all agree, 'cause you're hanging out with me. But I only guarantee this moment. Guys, thank you so much. Sal, don't ever stop smiling, man. No shit. Don't ever stop smiling. You've been smiling the whole gig. It makes me smile. All of you, thank you so much for hanging out. This was kind of a cool hang. I will see some of you over at Just Hanging with Neil. The rest, everybody else, just watch on Patreon. And I'll definitely pick a time, you know, probably Sunday. I don't know, 3 o'clock, maybe the early show. I'm not sure. But I'll let you know on Facebook and I'll let you know on Patreon. In the meantime, I'll leave this thing running for a little bit and then you guys can chat. And then I'll see some of you over at Just Hanging with Neil. Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
This was momentous.
Thanks, David. It was great.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you,
special.
David.
Thank you.
Have a happy new year, everyone.
Yeah,
Take care, everybody.
who I don't see.
Okay. Take care.
Happy New Year.
Goodbye.
Everyone, happy
Bye.
New Year.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, everybody.
I'll see you. I'm gonna go over to Neil's. Bye.